My sweetheart, right there. There she is.
Hold up. Hey. Oh my God, so be thinking we.
I'm sorry.
Cold start. Get ready.
My bad. Anyway,
Just 2 clips. And welcome to Park Hoppin Live, Monday live show. Oh my gosh, Jeremy's on camera.
Hey, he's rocking the new hoodie.
Yeah, I've never been on camera before. This
I
is the
didn't
first
know.
time.
I didn't think.
Yeah,
you
like
would.
a mauler. Like, oh my God, Jeremy's on camera.
I didn't think you would for Park Hopping. You don't really go on camera for Park Hopping.
Yeah. Hi everyone.
Hi.
Oh, that's
Hey, what's up?
Well, that's sir.
So, welcome D-Day Cobra. First time to a Park Hoppin live stream panel show.
Why are you acting so nervous?
I know. Why are you acting like that, Jay?
I literally just hung out with you a few days ago
Yeah,
at
he
Epic
did.
Universe.
It's like, welcome to the first.
I was at Epic Universe.
I
We're
know.
talking Epic Universe.
Pretty awesome, right? Pretty awesome.
Mhm.
Ivan and Vash, how are you? Sorry you didn't get to go yet, but hopefully.
Well, in time. But I got to live vicariously through you, Jay, and through some of the media that was able to get previews. So, I mean, my social media feed is basically all Epic Universe now. So, that's
Yeah.
been pretty fun to see.
It seems to be all over the algorithm, at least for me. It's all I see is different clips. So, should we just begin then?
Yeah.
You're running the show, Jay.
First, not really, but
What?
I'll try.
You have all the stuff.
I have the buttons, yeah. Lulu says, worst part about Epic Universe is leaving the park. Also, have you been able to go inside the new hotel? Epic Universe looks amazing. We have not been inside the new hotel, but Krista will be going to the new hotel pretty soon.
Mhm.
So I'm sure she'll give everybody a full breakdown of everything. Helios.
Yes.
We did get to next to it, and we still smelled the paint.
There was fresh paint. Yeah, it was
So-
everywhere.
Wow.
We could still smell the paint. That's how amazing it was. Spirian also gifted a memberships. Thank you, Spirian.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. We'll start with Friday. Why people are like, Jay's acting nervous because Jeremy's here. Yeah, I'm scared. I could get fired. This could be my last day. I don't know. It is what it is. I didn't know he was coming on. I usually need 2 hours to prepare for Jeremy to come on. I don't know what it is. So here's a nervous drink. That's all.
Oh, look at that mug that's still
Look at
got the
that
price tag
mug.
on it.
That's right.
I tried to scratch it off real quick, but it didn't work. So,
A
anyway.
little bit of soap.
Yeah, Cam says, here's a hail my favorite Park Hoppin crew and DEI Jeremy. Thank you so much.
you.
Thank you so much. Anyway, so Friday, me, Jeremy, and Krista arrived. Shout out to RJ.
Hail RJ.
We
Mhm.
arrived early at about 9:15.
It's pretty
I'd
early.
say-
Early. Mm-hmm.
And I guess we could just start how we walk through, like go through
Yeah.
security.
Yeah.
And pretty much standard. Then they like do the ticket, pretty much standard. And then
There was a lot of excitement though, that like standing in line, waiting, because we were there before park opened. So we were standing there, and then once they kind of started letting people in, you heard this massive cheer.
Yes.
You know, people went
Clapping.
crazy.
Me.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean it was awesome, and just going through that first kind of
Portal.
entrance, the portal right there to Epic Universe. The park is astonishing. It really is. I can't oversell it. And I want to be clear, we were not part of Media Day because we were not cool enough. Okay.
Yeah.
So we were not part of Media Day. We couldn't film the day that we were there. So that was the day before Media Day. Media Day was on Saturday. We got in on Friday. So we were not allowed to have our phones out. We're not allowed to record. We were not allowed to take pictures. We were not allowed to
Tempting,
do
though.
anything.
It was really tempting.
It was very tempting, but we could not do anything.
Mm-mm.
And so that just so qualify that for everyone that we were not there for Media Day. We were not cool enough. So,
But it seems like now if you do go, you can take certain pictures and videos to upload, and which we did for Park Hoppin. Shout out to Drunk 3PO. But yeah, I was so taken away. I was screaming at the top of my lungs. Jeremy and Jay witnessed that. And my excitement was through the roof. I know we already did a video about that, but yeah, gosh, no one is ready for this park. It is truly what it is, epic. Literally the name. It is so epic.
Well, the thing about it is it does make you feel like when you go through the portals for each land, whether it's Harry Potter, whether it's Super Nintendo World, whether it's How to Train a Dragon, Monsters, or Dark Universe, you feel like you have completely transformed to a different universe. Like it feels so disconnected. It truly does. They live up to the theming of it. So when you walk through that portal to Super Nintendo World, you are fully immersed in that world. You don't hear or see other rides per se. Now, if you're looking for them, you can. But then you go to Dark Universe and you just feel like you're there and everything is on point. It really is awesome how they have the whole thing laid out. And you've been twice now, Jay. So
Yeah, and I just, again, want to clarify. When I went Sunday, we were still under the impression that we couldn't record or take pictures. So it wasn't until literally we got there that there were some of the people out there saying, yeah, it's okay to record. Now, they had certain areas that they had big signs saying, do not take photos or record here. And while I was recording around the fountain, I got stopped by the police by
the Universal police.
Yeah, the Universal police, and they just said, "Hey, not to be rude, we don't want you recording here." I see you, Dougie B. Holy crap! They're like, "We don't want you to record here or here. So while you're standing here, can you please take out your phone and delete that in front of me?" So I was like, "Of course, no problem. We don't want to get anybody in trouble. We followed the rules." And what's crazy is they told me specifically to go, the one thing that you really can't record, I understand that there's some things outside that might be a little, that's why we're here. That's why the police people were standing there to just remind people, don't record here. They said, you cannot record the rides, even though that stuff's been leaked by other people.
Yeah.
And you can't record any of the shows. So they're like, we respect the rules here. No problem. We won't do it. And they did say some of the rides in the line queue, you could record if the team member says it was okay. So you hear it in the video with me and Ryan. I said, we allowed to record here? And they're like, yes, you can, go for it. Just nothing in the ride. So no problem. So it was we were just trying to like make sure we follow the rules completely. And freaking Dougie B, what the heck, man? The day is coming at Universal when Park Hoppin is at media events. I can feel it. Just watch Jay and Ryan's video. Can't wait to get there. Oh man, thank you for the $100. All right.
Was that how you looked like, Jay, when you were riding Stardust Racers? Is similar reaction?
So that's the one ride I didn't get to do Stardust Racers, and I didn't get to do the Ministry of Magic ride.
was that one still down when you were there?
It was closed. Yeah, It was closed that day, but it was open for media day the day before.
How was the Donkey Kong cart ride? Because I didn't get to do that Friday.
This was really neat because let's just start with the portal. Super Nintendo World. How's that?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
First thing we did was walk in. We went to the left and we went into Super Nintendo World. And how was Krista, Jeremy?
I mean, the portal. Go ahead, Krista.
No, go ahead.
No, I mean the portal. It takes you up escalators and it takes you through a warp pipe, and as soon as you go up there, this is no BS. And Jay can confirm this because me and him looked at each other when it happened. We walk up the portal, and then it kind of gives you a walkway that leads you through Princess Peach's castle and then into Super Nintendo World. Much similar to how it is in California because we had already been there. But when we were walking through there was probably like 7 or 8 kids that were screaming like it was Christmas Day.
Yep.
It was insane. And me and Jay looked at each other and we're like, holy crap. Like,
I've never seen that much excitement.
Disney. You don't get that at Disney
I was
anymore.
one of those kids, by the way. I was screaming with them.
And so it is very kind of overwhelming that first time you walk out there to see that. And I know we have a video of it. I don't know if we're going to show the video, but that's the walkway right there. But it is so cool. Now, what I can't remember, and Ivan, you've been there several times, obviously, to the California one. I can't remember how much. I don't recall if this one's different or not. This one feels a little bit bigger.
It
Than
looks
California.
bigger.
Yeah, it feels a little bit bigger. I will say, even though this one's slightly bigger than California, it's still relatively small. All things considered, considering you're going to have masses and masses of people that are going to be going here. But when you go down to those lower levels and you're looking up and you see the Goombas, the Koopa Troopas, and the music is playing, you feel completely immersed.
Yeah.
It is awesome. It really
Look
is.
at that.
Yeah, there's no land. There's no land like it. Everything is moving. It is bigger than Hollywood's in terms of levels. You got Donkey Kong as well.
Yeah.
There is no land like it. It's just
When Ryan went up there, I was like, all right, Ryan, are you ready? Nintendo World was the last place we went. So we go up the portal, and it's really unique because you go up the escalator, you take a little walk. There's a video on Park Hoppin'. Please watch it if you want to see. And then once it opens up to the land, Ryan's like, he was like,
what?
My gosh, man. He's like, everything is moving and there's noises and kids are jumping and pounding the boxes. And he just was like, where do you even look?
Yeah.
It's like, where do you even look?
It is.
First thing, and so he just kind of stood there for a minute. I'm like, what do you think? He goes, I can't get over the stimulation that this thing does.
Everything moves. Everything has a noise. Everything has an effect. It's such a living, breathing land, and it's so opposite of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, which just feels dead and just nothing moves and nothing interacts, and that's completely the opposite with Super Nintendo World. Now, what's interesting is that unlike Universal Studios Hollywood, where they had basically you get on the ground level and then you go up. When you're in the land, this starts you out on a high position, kind of like, if I'm not mistaken, Tokyo's or Japan's, Universal Osaka's version, which is very interesting. So because of the higher water table here, they have to get you up via escalators, but they do have this kind of scenic view for you to start you out with. That's really cool.
We'll show you the video.
So this is the portal that leads you into Super Nintendo World, and this is a good video, by the way.
And there's music just.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave the volume playing.
Yeah.
Sure.
Look at that.
So awesome.
That's cool.
I can't remember. Is it like this in California?
No, there's no escalators.
Okay.
There's no escalators.
Just walk.
Yeah, it's just walking in.
Starts you out on the ground floor.
Okay.
So cool.
And then
we did also go into the elevators, and it's like themed as Princess Peach's carriage.
So here, this is where me and Jay were, and then as soon as you can start seeing right where that family is walking through, that's where kids just started screaming.
Yeah, started screaming.
Yeah.
If you listen for it, you hear Princess Peach's theme song from Mario 64.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Man.
It has the perfect clouds.
What a reveal.
That is
You
so
just hear
freaking
music
cool,
everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
And one thing about the theme park too is that they do have little Easter eggs of different Nintendo characters. You can spot Pikmin. You could also see them in California as well. But something about this park that they have, and I don't know if they have it at the Hollywood version, but they have a Nintendo store in which they do have some Easter eggs of Link, Zelda, and Ganon.
No, they don't. They also think Shy Guy. You guys have Shy Guy. We don't have
That's
Shy
right.
Guy.
We do have Shy Guy, yes. But with Zelda, there is some rumors that because there's so much land right next to the Nintendo area in this park, that they might turn it into a Zelda park, because we do have Donkey Kong. You know, we have Mario, we have Donkey Kong. What else is next? Zelda.
And
I just want to point out this place, this right here, Ryan just went crazy. It's on the vlog. He's like punching it. He's going woohoo. So if you want to see that, he hit this yellow one over here, and then this right here, you can stop.
Heck yeah.
Oh man.
Just couldn't stop. Yeah, so I had the video loud. Sorry, he's like the video was loud. Couldn't hear you talk. Sorry, I just wanted people to hear the music. So
Yeah. So this area, unlike California, has Donkey Kong, and holy crap, you go through there and the energy is off the charts. The theming, the music, the sounds, the employees are 100% invested. And I didn't get a chance to ride the minecart ride. But it looked really cool. But I didn't get a chance to ride it. But you did, Jay.
Yeah.
So was it good? Can you compare it to maybe a well-known attraction at either Disney or Universal, or is there anything?
Oh, he's not good with those. No, I'm kidding.
Is it like the Seven Dwarves Mine Train? Is it something like that?
That's a
little more intense, but yes, like there's like some sharp turns. But anyway, Jay went on it. So Jay, what do you have to say?
What did you say? I'm not good at comparing stuff.
Well, because you said Winnie the Pooh for freaking Cosmic Rewind. You made me go on that ride.
She's still mad about it.
Wow.
What?
So Krista does not like anything even remotely intense. And Jay told her that Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind at Epcot was like Winnie the Pooh.
That's a straight up lie.
Joke, which she does all the time, but when I do it today, it's offensive. But I made the jokes.
Wait, what? What is going on here? Who's offended?
You. I said, hey, like that time that you told me to go on Cosmic Rewind. Anyway,
I would say I can't compare it to anything that Disney has because it's such a unique ride because the track is on the bottom and you don't see it. So you're on like a fake track and it's constantly jumping over. It's constantly jumping over the other, like in the video game. So it does give you a great view of, everything in the Donkey Kong land. And it has its moments where it's really, it's like really fast and like goes over the water. I enjoyed it a lot, but people were waiting 95 minutes to get on that ride. In the video you see with me and Ryan, we got into the special line. So we didn't have to wait that long. But if you have to do it at least one time to see. I mean, it's not like Velocicoaster or anything like that, but it is very, very unique when it just the way it takes you through the entire park.
One of the things that we've said for a long time about the Star Wars land is how when it was announced, we were like, this is a place I just want to go hang out in all day long. And then the reality, it happened, and you're like, I never want to step foot in that area.
No.
Super Nintendo World and the Donkey Kong area, 100% is like the type of place. Like Chris has already said it. She can't wait to get her Nintendo Switch 2 and just go and sit in that park and play video games.
Yeah.
It's just a place you want to hang out in. It is so freaking cool.
Now,
it is awesome.
With the Donkey Kong ride, is it a fast ride or is it a slow ride in terms of like, man, that was quick, it's already over?
It was about 45 seconds. What's up, RJ?
Hey.
What up, RJ?
What's up?
Hello, sir.
It's about 45 seconds. The line queue was cool because they let you have your.
Give me 1 second. I can't. It's not.
You can't hear.
All right. When you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Oh, okay. Well, he's gone completely. But when you have your Nintendo bracelets, they have games and stuff that you could play in the line queue. But once it gets going, it's about 45, maybe 50-second ride. It's not a minute. It's about close to a minute.
Okay.
It just takes you around Donkey Kong Land, and the land is like very long, so it just goes around. You do that. You jump over, I guess the front castle there twice, which is really neat because they make it look like the track is disappeared and you don't know what's going to do. Like you're going to fall into the water. And they have a lot of little surprises in the inside. One, actually, Ryan jumped completely to one of the surprises because it's like, I guess jump scares might be the best way to put it, but it was fun. Anyone can ride this ride. Like there was, little height restrictions were very small, so they made it a fun family ride for everyone to go on. So that's what I love. That's what I love. Also, we also did the Yoshi ride, which was very
Ryan?
slow. Yeah, I made him get on that for like the last ride of the day, and that's up They let
How
us
restrictive are those restraints there for the Yoshi ride?
You can't get out of it. Actually, you can't.
No, you
get out of
can,
that
but
damn
I
thing.
fit in everything just fine. I'm a pretty big guy.
Yeah.
The Yoshi
So-
ride is like there's nothing like it's just whatever, you know.
Yeah, it's for the little ones.
It's 100% for little kids.
And that's
One-
perfect.
Yeah.
One thing I like about it and appreciate is that they do have a cart specifically for wheelchair, which is a nice touch for those who are
Yes.
in a wheelchair and would like to go on a ride. So I thought that was pretty nice that they have that.
Yeah, I mean,
someone in the chat was like, talk about Monsters Unchained. We'll get
Okay,
there.
we're gonna get there.
Jeremy has a point to make. Come on.
Yeah, well, so listen, so with Mario Kart, I rode it in California. I didn't really think it was that great. It's whatever. None of the rides, like Super Nintendo World, to me is more about the theming and the immersion and the experience of being there. It's less
Right.
about any of the rides. The rides are very like kid friendly from what we saw. I mean, again, Mario Kart is whatever. The Yoshi ride is whatever. I didn't ride the Donkey Kong ride, but just being in that land is enough for me to be there. It is truly awesome. And so I just wanted to kind of qualify that for people. If you're going there for like super thrill rides, Super Nintendo World's not going to fit your needs for sure. So
Yeah, exactly. It's a family place, man. It's fun.
Yeah.
Man. It's a fun place for family. The food, the snacks,
I
everything.
agree with Jay. Yeah.
It is a fun family place, which is for a while Universal has lacked in that department. They were mostly
Yes.
known for thrill rides, so it's like take the kids to Disney. Everyone that wants to ride roller coasters come to Universal. So the fact that everything there, people can ride with their little ones I think that's fantastic for what they did. So
It seemed like Isle Burke and Nintendo were definitely positioned to be the family-friendly experiences versus Harry
Yeah.
Potter and Dark Universe seem to be geared towards the kind of the big kids.
Yep.
If that makes sense.
Dark Universe was next. That's
You
what I
asked for
wanted to
it.
go to.
Let's do it.
where?
So the
What did you say?
I loved it. I said Dark Universe is
Oh
next.
yeah. Dark Universe.
What I wanted to go to. Again, you could watch our vlog video, but the theming, man, it's like once you walk through the portal, you're transported. And when we went early, so like the mist was thick on the ground,
Mhm.
Oh,
you
wow.
know, and it just looked so cool. The Invisible Man was out there. I could see him. He wasn't that invisible. And it just was it was freaking amazing. I think RJ's trying to pop back on again. How about, is it better
You
now?
good? Yeah, I can hear you guys now.
All right, cool.
Hi.
Fantastic.
Hey,
Yeah, this Dark Universe stuff, it is, and I can't wait. As RJ told us when we were with him, is like, wait till you go at night, and we have not experienced it at night yet. But yeah, it is amazing, and I can't wait to go there in October and experience it. October, holy crap, it's gonna be crazy
Yeah.
awesome, man.
So me and Jeremy did, and RJ, we did Monsters Unchained.
Oh goodness,
Wow.
there's not enough that we can't hype this thing up enough. Can't do it. Like it's
Yeah.
unbelievable. The animatronics are the best I've ever seen in any attraction, in any theme park. Period. It's the
Better than
best-
Tiana?
Huh?
Better than Tiana?
Well, yeah, sorry about that. Well, besides Tiana. No, but yeah, the animatronics are truly phenomenal on Monsters Unchained. And all the hype you're hearing about this attraction, it lives up to the hype. And I only got to do it the one time. And here's what's funny. When me and Jay and RJ did it, it broke down on us for a minute while we were
No.
upside down. We were
Oh,
like
wow.
upside down. I was like,
Yeah, I
this is amazing. I was
Was there like a mon-
Right
there
when the
monster
mummy
friend?
was like right there.
Oh.
Yeah, it was so cool. I was like, please don't restart. Don't restart. It was great. It only lasted for, I don't know, maybe like a minute, you know, and we were back going.
I'm glad
But-
someone posted this picture. We're not going to show you anything too much inside the ride. This was the loading area. So even the
Oh.
loading area is massive.
Uh-huh.
It's like you put your stuff in a locker, and now with the lockers, they have a new face recognition. So if you want to rent a locker, you stare at it, and Ryan did this. Like you stare at it, and it takes a picture of you. You're like, confirm. You're like, yes, and it gives you a free locker, and the lockers are bigger. You could put like 2 people's stuff. Maybe I think we crammed in 3 people in one locker with RJ, and then
It's more like rectangular.
Yeah. Then they send you to this giant loading area where they take your time and load you into the ride.
So unlike Forbidden Journey, which is on a kind of a it's straight across. This is kind of on a turntable.
That never stops moving.
Right. And from my understanding, that's to assist with people who had problems getting on the Forbidden Journey version of the Kuka Arm ride system. So,
really? Okay.
Yeah. So it was to help facilitate better operations and lead to less downtime, from what I understand. It looks amazing.
People want to know how long the ride is.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Ooh, it's long.
I mean,
5
RJ,
minutes?
you've probably done it more than me or Jay. How many times have you ridden Monsters
Oh,
Unchained?
the Monsters Unchained. I've ridden it. I'm counting because I've been so much. About 5, 6 times.
Okay. How long do you think the ride is?
Well, if you count like the pre-show and everything, it's probably about around 7 to 8 minutes. If you just count the ride itself, it's probably 5.
Okay. And the pre-show was very good. The pre-show was very good.
That's where you first see Frankenstein, and the animatronics, and they come right in your face. But I mean, the ride takes off immediately. I mean, you get lifted way up, and immediately, like, Frankenstein's playing this giant organ, like setting the tone, or Igor, and he's like, "I'm gonna control this thing. Don't worry, you're gonna be all right." And
the Phantom is the one that's playing.
They have all the classic monsters. The Mummy, the Wolfman chases you, and even the creature from the Black Lagoon. Is that the correct term for that? So
yes.
Yeah, he's in that. He makes an appearance as well, and it's. I loved it, man. I loved it. I got to do it twice. So
yeah, I really wish I'd love to experience that one again, but I loved it. Even though it broke down, we almost got Krista on it, but she
and like, what would you compare this ride to compared to others?
It's Forbidden Journey.
All right,
it is.
Yeah.
It is Forbidden Journey, but it's better.
I just tell everybody. I tell everybody that if Forbidden Journey and Halloween Hornets had a baby, it would be this ride.
Yep.
Nice.
And it's so good. And I think it's better than Forbidden Journey. And I really like Forbidden Journey, but the animatronics are really next level on this. Now, I have seen some people make the jump of like, oh, this is going to destroy the Haunted Mansion. And like, I don't really agree with that. The Haunted Mansion has a certain charm that just can't really be duplicated. And I'm not saying this is better or worse than the Haunted Mansion. I say that they're completely different attractions to the point where they're really impossible to compare. But in terms of the creepy nature of what each is trying to accomplish is really the only comparison. But in terms of attractions, it's really not the same thing. It's really not.
I think that was... Oh, go ahead. Please, RJ.
I was going to make a joke. I was going to say, Jeremy, you weren't crying and on your knees when you rode the ride?
Oh, yeah, I
know. We did get to eat at the restaurant that we also talked about, me and Jay, on a Park Hoppin video that you guys could check out. We thought it was going to be one of those, like, sit down, you have a waiter, you're handed a menu, but it's actually a quick service place, which I guess now kind of makes sense when I think about it, because they want people to experience it, eat quick, and leave. And they even have the mobile order as well. So if you want to pick up something, you can also do that and leave. But that's what we were a little underwhelmed by, because we were just like, again, with the idea of, oh, it's going to be a sit down. We're going to have these vampires come up to us. And it wasn't that. It was just, it was like a little underwhelming, because we thought, it was going to be something different.
Yeah.
Was that the kind of Dust Steakhouse?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
The food was good, though.
I was disappointed.
Yeah.
So the dessert was off the wall.
My kids menu was great, dude. The kids
menu.
You
got chicken tenders.
I got chicken. No, I didn't. I got the skull pizza.
And the
And it
chicken
was-
tenders.
Did I get chicken? Oh, that's right. I
You
did. I
did.
got the chicken tenders, but I got the skull pizza as well. The
did.
skull pizza was awesome.
Kids menu.
Fantastic.
Look at those gifties flying.
I know.
The interior
my
looks
God.
amazing.
Oh.
Oh,
I know we got a lot of
Hey.
super chats. I will get to them ASAP, but thank you. Yeah.
Oh.
Let's freaking go.
Me and Jay got the steak, and there were steaks
Yeah.
on it. It was just like I don't know what those were, like the skewers, like the wooden skewers that they just stuck into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the skull pizza was weird because Jay ate a piece of his first, and then he looked at it and he's like, eh. And then I was like, what? And then I was like, eh. But then we kept eating.
We kept eating, and we're like, you know,
'Cause
it's
it was like,
so
it's
bad.
actually really good. So the skull pizza was great.
Jay got a specialty drink, right? You got like some. What was it? Do you remember what it was?
It was like it was very sweet. Something moon something.
Okay.
I can't remember off the top. It was non-alcoholic, but it was their
Yeah.
specialty drink that they served there. It was a mixture of like Sprite and sugar and something that made it like turn green. So
Okay. Yeah, and you got like the brains like dessert. It was like a yogurt cake or something, and I got
I thought it
the
was
coffin chocolate cake. It was really good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I think when we left, like me and Chris were like, we probably should try it again.
Yeah.
And then see, but we understand it was a test rehearsal. They were still like doing a test rehearsal, but again, after I guess we overhyped ourselves, and it was kind of a letdown.
The theming though inside the restaurant is
fantastic.
incredible.
I was
I mean,
just
the
about to
theming
ask.
everywhere. Yeah, it's exactly like you would think you're in Dracula's kitchen. Like it's just dark. There's like red lights flashing. Yeah, everywhere you look, there's something to.
And the toilets are black.
Yes, the and the sinks, the toilet and
Yeah, the
sinks.
toilets and sinks are
And it is
jet black.
dark in there, but you do have a light above you in your stall and above the sink. So it's very dim. It's almost like Resident Evil, like you're scared to go inside. Yeah.
You guys will love it. It is wonderfully themed. Again, the monsters that they got walking around outside. I did the oh my gosh, the werewolf ride with Ryan.
Oh, okay. How was that?
It is a very quick ride, and this is the best part. It's Ryan, okay? So the ride, have you done it, RJ?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're sitting there facing like strangers,
Like
until
the
the
people
ride
mover.
takes off, and then you're just like spinning like this. Ryan had to sit with a stranger, right? Because I was with the guy that took us, and like so he had to sit with a stranger, and every time we kept spinning, his face was just like every time I saw him, I couldn't stop freaking laughing.
He was excited inside.
Well, you face it. Well, the way the cars are, they put two in the front and two in the back, and then they spin when you're on the roller coaster. It is not anyone can do this ride. It is a safe. Well, maybe but Krista. I'm just saying it wasn't as intense as I thought. It kind of goes up and goes down, and then that's about it. You do
Like Winnie the Pooh.
spin a little bit, but
Yeah, it's like the Winnie the Pooh.
I don't think it was that intense at all. So
my only problem with it is just that I thought it was a good like ride to like supplement like Monsters, when Monsters has like a big queue like that, people will go to that ride. My only problem was just that you're doing all that and you're like, oh snap, I'm on this ride, it's interesting, you see this, you see that, and then you get to the end and you're just like sitting there and you're just like, I think something's supposed to be here. It's like you're just staring at the other person and you're just like,
yeah, it's a little awkward. Just like
Did you see the werewolf?
He's in the ride, yeah.
He's in the ride? Okay.
He's an animatronic. It's right. He's so quick though. Like when you go, because you got to go through a little tunnel,
right?
And but it's a very fast ride. It's very fast. Once you get on, you're off. So
I can't remember the burning windmill. What is that? What is that?
Tavern?
building?
Burning Blade
Is that the
Tavern?
tavern? Is that the tavern? Okay. So cool, man. The optics of that. And I can't at night, I bet that looks super freaking cool. I bet that looks awesome.
The one thing that I didn't like is that they didn't have the hunters there for you guys to see. And they were there the media day. And I was just like, dang,
Mm,
because the hunters are walking around inside there while you're drinking and eating like the small snacks, and they're like will
mm,
come to you, they start talking to you, telling you stories,
wow.
whatever. And I saw a video of somebody basically going, oh, they walk up to the hunter and the hunter's talking to them, like, oh, I did this, whatever, and they're like, oh, be careful, I don't want to hunt you and put you on the wall like over here, and they show you like the wall full of like heads and stuff like that.
That's cool.
Now, I think like I love Dark Universe, but out of all the parks, I think this one was the smallest one compared to the rest of them.
I think you're right.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
It's
you're
still
right.
cool, but
I
I think like
mean-
in size comparison, yeah.
I mean, if I'm gonna give any what I think potential criticism could be to Epic Universe, it's that outside of How to Train Your Dragon, a lot of these worlds are small. They are relatively small
walkways and
compared
stuff,
to
yeah.
compared to how many people I think are gonna pile into this place.
Yeah.
The world is like that. Monsters. I mean, the Dark Universe is going to be convoluted, big time. So is Super Nintendo World, completely overrun. How to Train Your Dragon, which we're going to talk about here in just a minute. That is actually, it's crazy. There's so much
big park.
space. It
Yeah.
is overwhelming how massive that land is and how much breathing room there is, especially compared to the others. But yeah, I could see congestion being a big problem. What I'm going to assume is there only, and RJ, you probably know this. I'm assuming there's only one entry and exit for these parks, the portal, correct?
No, because
No.
there's multiple for each area. The thing is that yeah, when we were going, I only took you to the portals because going through the portals is cool.
Right.
But there is a secondary like exit for each of the areas, so you don't. There's no like congestion between all that stuff.
Okay.
It's just that
So there's a flow.
it's just,
People can flow
yeah.
through there. Okay.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, because we did exit down on the lower level at Super Nintendo World. I do remember that. So we had exited and we re-entered through that on the lower level. So I do remember that now. But it does seem like that you know, it could be a problem. But I'm sure they've taken that into
100%.
consideration. I'm sure they've taken that into consideration.
Before we get to, I think maybe my favorite one, let's go to Ministry of Magic. Ministry of Magic, I thought would be Ryan's favorite, but it was his least favorite.
Oh.
It was his least out of everyone. Not that he didn't like it. It was his least favorite. Because he just said it just looked like Paris, 1920s Paris, and it wasn't like when you go to Diagon Alley and you walk through and then you see the dragon and all that stuff looking at you.
Okay.
Me as a too much of a non-Harry Potter person, it was better for him to describe it. But everything kind of changed when we walked through this, and we all walked through this together.
Yeah.
This was the game changer for me.
Yes. So you walk through the little flue there, and then
that turn, yeah.
Wow.
Well, let me set the stage for everybody first.
Yeah.
So first you go through the normal portal, which leads you into, you know, just what would be called the Muggle world, I guess. You know,
it was Paris.
Yeah. So
Nice. You go to Paris.
So it's the theming's cool and everything. Go ahead, whoever.
So yeah, sorry. So where we exit, when we go through the portal and you get to that first area, it's like I forgot what the archway is in France that you see that archway. But when you go through the archway, you go through what's called the Phoenix Gate, and the Phoenix Gate takes you to that area where all like the magical people are, or whatever.
Yes.
It's like Diagon Alley version of for Paris. But
Right.
it's that archway is what you go through basically, and
Gotcha.
it's yeah.
Yeah. So when we were in Paris, I was like, okay. I mean, it's cool, but I don't really care. When we went through that green portal into the Ministry of Magic, I legit was stunned. I was like, because this is the good thing about not knowing a lot of what you're getting into. I didn't know any of this, because I didn't look a lot of this stuff up. I mean, I was excited for Epic Universe, but I didn't look up any of the details. We go through there, and I'm like, holy crap. And it is overwhelming. It is stunning, to say the least.
Yeah.
And you walk through the queue line and everything. We didn't get to do the Ministry of Magic. But yeah, this whole thing, unbelievable. And now, I don't know how a Harry Potter fan will feel about that, but I was blown away by it.
So for me, I'm a Harry Potter fan, and this I wouldn't say is like the worst representation of what like the Wizarding World is. I just think that part of the experience of this area is that ride, and because that ride is not operational, then you're losing that
Can't
like
get the full
experience.
experience.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it, because a lot of people will be like, "Oh, I like it because you got these different elements all over the place for like almost like one for like Diagon Alley or like Hogsmeade." But the problem is that that experience that you would have like at those places, you don't have it here because this ride is not open for people to like enjoy.
Right. Okay.
Makes a lot of sense.
But the fact that so many people wanted to, we're just talking about the line queue.
Yeah.
It's like, who talks about a line queue?
Whoa.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
it's
Damn.
beautiful.
The quality is extraordinary. Now, I've heard the scale for this portion rivals something like the reveal for Rise of Resistance when you walk out of the shuttle there. In terms of scale, what are we talking?
compared to Rise of the Resistance, there's no comparison.
Okay.
Well, at least here they let you like just kind of take it in. And Rise of Resistance, when you arrive at the Star Destroyer, the cast members are like, "All right, move it on, move it on." They don't let you soak it in.
We actually sat right here.
Yeah.
Really?
Jeremy and Krista,
Yeah.
and just stayed there for a minute because it's like, this is unbelievable.
Now, to be clear, we went before the park is officially open. Once you actually have like thousands and thousands of people. It's going to change the dynamic.
Yeah.
Probably. Probably.
So the word that we got while we were there is that this line queue can hold up to 6 hours of
Oof.
for the ride.
They are expecting a lot of people, and that's the reason why I was like showing you guys oh, look over here. This over here is their extended queue. Look over here. This ride, this is their extended queue, or whatever. Because it's these rides or whatever. Like when I was explaining it the first time and I couldn't give too much detail, I was like, yeah, it could hold a lot of people. But the thing is that you can't experience that unless you go there to see, yeah, this could hold a lot of people.
So I've heard that this attraction gets a decent amount of throughput. If we're assuming that that's a 2,000 person per hour ride, that's about 12,000 people.
Oof.
That's insane.
A lot of people. That's a lot of people.
Yeah. So this is a must.
Hey, at least this gets you out of the hot sun.
That's true.
At least it gets you out of the hot sun.
Now that I think about it, most of the queues do, like you're put inside when you're waiting in line. I think for most of them, not all, but most of them.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Jose says that's a whole day waiting in line. Well, the same can be said about Flight of Passage in Avatar Land. Sometimes that wait time gets to 5 hours. Wow. So, and people wait. People wait because it is an amazing attraction.
Hey,
go ahead, Jeremy.
Have you guys seen the story from CNN about Disney?
Let's check.
CNN predicts Disney will announce a 5th gate at Walt Disney World.
I did put that in
16 months. That's hilarious.
Krista put that in the group chat.
That's hilarious. We get it at later. I'm just now seeing that. So that is.
What? Was that time they were right?
They are. They should be panicking.
Is everything that's closing? Are they putting it there? Like.
Yeah, there we go.
We're gonna have a Splash Mountain there.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, Disney's screwed, man. Like all the things that they're destroying the Magic Kingdom, they destroyed Splash Mountain.
Yeah.
All of these things that you're wanting to tear down in the Magic Kingdom, you could have just recreated in a new theme park, a 5th gate. But instead, you decided to destroy Walt's legacy in order to replace it, replace things, and I think they're in a bad situation right now, and I don't think they have any idea what to do. I think that they're trying. This right here, this is like, it's like I've said with like movie casting and things like that.
Panic.
This is something that's being floated out there to try to drive the discussion back towards Disney because they're losing right now to Epic Universe.
The thing is too is that they're gonna rip up a quarter of the Magic Kingdom in the middle of everyone deciding what theme park to go to.
Yeah.
So if you're saying like, well, even though Magic Kingdom is the most visited theme park in America and for some in the world, a lot of people go to the Magic Kingdom park. And now you're saying, well, we're gutting out Rivers of America. We're gutting all this stuff out. All this stuff's going to be down. It's like people are going to be well, let's go to the other park that just opened. And
Mhm.
if they can leave such an impression, well, people will want to go back. It's a very good chance that they will lose
Well,
the return guest.
They were fine with their resting on their laurels. I mean, look at under Bob Iger, we only got like one new park with the Bob Iger CEO admin right there, the one being in Shanghai. Think about all of the parks we got with Michael Eisner. Michael Eisner kind of understood that you kind of have to take these things head on, and sometimes you do have to develop a new park in order to re-engage guests and get people down there. I understand that there's problems with people getting enough vacation time to experience new parks and so forth, and maybe that was a mindset that they had with the strategy regarding Walt Disney World. But now, with Epic Universe coming up with an impressive third gate of its own, they're going to have to work harder, and they're going to have to compete in this arena to a degree that they haven't necessarily felt comfortable with before now. And this is why competition is really great for theme park fans.
Absolutely.
Well, then we get to probably my favorite portal.
Maybe mine too.
The Isle of Burke, which
Yeah.
shocked me that was my favorite.
Same.
Surprise hit.
Yeah, I was shocked. This is a quick video that Ryan actually took and Krista posted on Park Hop, and this is just one of the just random dragons
Ice
that
monster.
you could just see that they have, just blowing cold air on people.
Which you don't, if you haven't been to a theme park before, just trust me, that's a really good thing right there.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Florida, yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing too is once you walk in, the waters and everything, it's just like, okay, we've been teleported to How to Train Your Dragon area, and they have everything in this portal.
Yeah, it's colorful.
Yes, they have everything. They have a water ride. They have a dragon ride that me and Ryan got to go on. Just a chill roller coaster that's kind of like Hagrid's.
Mm-hmm.
That's there. They have the wing gliders ride where you're on a dragon and you can control the ride by how you do the wings. They have a show there that I got to do Sunday that was shockingly amazing. Yeah. Listen, this is the truth. And we talked about this on Daily. Me and Ryan were in line because the person that brought us were like, you guys got to see this show. And Ryan's like, I'm not really a show guy at a theme park. I was like, neither am I. I like the rides. The shows ain't terrible, but it's just something, they try to have something for everybody. And they're like, you just got to do it one time. He says, because once this thing opens, thing's going to be packed. Like, you don't have no idea. So he's like, okay. So we sat in. I don't want to spoil it for anyone. But there's just one scene where the smoke gets pumped in, and what happens? You're just like, holy crap, they freaking pulled this off. So it was unreal. So we left, and immediately Ryan's like, let's record a reaction because I can't believe how good this show was.
Yes.
So,
yeah, it was incredible. They did a great job. And Jay and I got to meet Toothless.
They also have an incredible meet and greet. So, and we got to meet Hiccup. Just came out perfectly for Krista while we were in line, and so this was somebody else's video. But
so what's funny is so I was in line with Jay and RJ for the roller coaster, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Krista was like going and doing some, looking around at stuff, and then she messages me. She goes, "I'm going to go to the show. I need somebody to come over here. I don't want to go alone." And so I was like, I'll go. Jay, RJ, you guys ride this. I'll go to the show with Krista. That way you guys can talk about the roller coaster. We can talk about the show. Me and Krista go to the show. The show was incredible. Unbelievable. Jay and RJ, the roller coaster shut down right before they could get on it. So I was like, that worked out good.
Jeremy had a good feeling. He's like,
that's right.
But meeting Toothless was so crazy. He felt rubbery, and it was just so cool how he interacted with you. He was sniffing my hand. He was like, just to see if he could trust me. And then when I touched his little snout, he closed his eyes and he makes sounds. It's just so incredible. And the interaction between him and Hiccup and Astrid. It's incredible. It really makes you feel like you're in the movie with them.
Yep. And there's energy, there's excitement.
Yes.
There's people that want to go meet Toothless. There's people that want to go to the show. There's people that want to go ride the roller coaster. There's good themed restaurants there. It offers everything you would want in a theme park land. There's something for everybody there.
Yes.
And there's a ton of room. And it is objectively, I think it's the best themed land of all of the portals. I think How to Train Your Dragon is the best one.
Me and Jay loved the food there. We're definitely going to be going back. That restaurant, I don't remember what it's called.
It's called the Meat House.
The Meat House. Okay.
Meat Hall.
Meat Hall. Yeah, I got it wrong. Meat Hall. There we go.
That
The
sounds
Meat
more
Hall. The theming is outstanding as it is for the rest of the park. And the food, what I love about it is that me and Jay did get the specialty drink in which in this cup you could take home with you as a souvenir. And they do have for the kids menu this little boat plate paper thing that
Jeremy got the kids menu, so he got a little boat.
Yeah, we got the boat.
Chicken
look how
poppers were
colorful.
good. Look at that. It's amazing.
And the benches where you could sit down look like dragons, and it's like made out of wood. It's all carved. Again, the theming is so on point. And we didn't get to see the flying dragons, but the fact that they're also going to have that in this park.
Yeah, that's right.
It's so crazy. That's the boat ride. Yeah, I didn't get to go on that because it was closed on the day that I went.
I didn't go on that either because they said it was open when we went Sunday, but we all decided against it because they said you get drenched.
Okay, yeah.
So
perfect for the summertime if you want to go on that ride.
Yeah,
which is coming up soon.
And they do have installed if you want to dry off. You could pay to. I don't know what those things are called. It's like
the dryers.
Yeah, the dryers. Yeah, thank you. They do have the dryers.
Now, I had heard that the show was actually developed originally by Universal Creative for Beijing, knowing that it was eventually going to come to Epic Universe. So it was like, okay, we're going to really go all out for this because it's going to be kind of a dual use item for us. And I've heard that show is incredible. I've heard Isle of Berk is absolutely phenomenal.
Yep,
and
it is.
It's so well rounded of a place. Like we were saying before, Universal has really hasn't really captured that very young audience. And I think this is going to be a great land to do that.
They do have a jungle gym for the kids as well.
Yes, thank you. That was the one thing I forgot to mention. This is CNN. Epic Universe is too good.
Wow.
It is.
This is a CNN pro Disney.
It is so freaking good. RJ, where's the other exit for Isle of Berk? Do we know where the other exit is?
Yeah, so the other exit is when you're exiting out of the portal, it's to your left, but it's hidden. So you have to walk between like the rocks and stuff and you get to the other side.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So it's every place has an exit like that where you don't have to go through the main exit. Nintendo's the only one that doesn't because it has the escalators that go up. So you have two different exits, but they're like on two different sides. One's downstairs, one's upstairs, but you go through that kind of like maze to get out for the other one.
So you're overall, like you have Epic Universe and you have almost like a circular area that goes around. Is it Celestial Park? Is that what it is? It's kind of in the center there. And you have the portals that are kind of on the perimeter of all of that. So I think from a traffic flow standpoint, the perimeter of the park and the interior of the park, I think is going to be very good for traffic flow. 100%.
Yeah.
I do worry about the congestion within places like Super Nintendo World and Dark Universe. Look at this. Look at this.
So from my understanding, they confirmed, I think, that it takes place between the first and second movie. If you watch the movies, it doesn't really circle around the third one as much, but they do have hints of it.
That is awesome.
So
go ahead,
RJ.
I was going to say that because a lot of people, when they go to this area, they're like, oh, it's a kids area. They see it and it's really cool. I always tell people when we go, I even told you guys, I was like, when you get to Isle of Berk, you're going to be like, oh, this place is amazing. It's literally its own park. Like you will be walking around everywhere and you're like, oh, this is cool. I'm in Dark Universe. And you could tell that you're in Dark Universe and how big it is. And you exit out, you're like, I wish there was more, but it's awesome. I love it. It's epic. But when you go to Isle of Berk, it just basically feels like Isle of Breck is its own park, and you just basically like gotten a free park out of paying for a ticket for Epic.
Wow.
Yep.
So
Hell yeah.
here's just what Krista said earlier. They have a large playground area themed. They have probably the best show in the park. They probably have the best meet and greet in this park. They have animatronic dragons and interaction things throughout this. And I'm just talking Burke here, around where you could blow a horn. You could things. They have the other characters, like the guy that's missing his arm and leg, the big heavy guy
The
that's
Viking,
in the film.
yeah.
They have his section there, and his dragon is asleep, and he shows up and interacts with the people. They have that there. They have a candy factory in this world. They have a dining hall in this world with amazing food. They also have, and I didn't see it when I was there with Krista and Jeremy, but the person we were with pointed it out Sunday. They said they have the best quick service snack in the entire park, and they serve cones filled with mac
and cheese,
cones filled with chicken.
Yeah, I showed you guys that.
You did. I was like over nuts because of how
we were
crazy
overwhelmed.
It was like I need to go back like 5 days to kind of see it all. But it was like there was a line to get those cones where they had to get
the longest
security.
line in the park.
Yeah, because it was I was like, what the heck are these people in line for? It was wrapped around the other side and it went all the way past the playground.
Wow.
Basically, it was everybody wanted the cone of mac and cheese. So that they had, and this is all in Burke. All that is in Burke. They also have a roller coaster, and then the wing glider rides. The roller coaster again was like, if I could compare it to anything, it was like Hagrid's, because you get in the coaster. It didn't go upside down or anything, but your first stop is to see Hiccup and Toothless animatronic. And they go, hey guys, we made some special wings for you. And you're in the roller coaster and they bring down these wings to like connect to the coaster. And they're like, you're going to fly like a dragon. Get ready. And then you start flying. It's crazy. So that's why it goes over the water into a tunnel and all those things. So it was, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
So like you said, that one area has it all. So
I heard that coaster has onboard audio, and I think the only thing that people were saying was that, at least when this land was being developed, was that it didn't have a dark ride. Do you felt that was lacking here, or do you feel like
it didn't need it?
Oh, didn't need it. Okay.
Didn't need it at all. Here are the benches.
Yeah, look at that.
Just a couple of them.
That's wild.
There's different kinds. Look at the sheep.
Yeah.
Little stuff like that makes the difference.
Theming.
So, Krista, what was your overall favorite part of Epic Universe?
Well, my favorite, to heart, obviously, is Super Nintendo World. But if we're talking like different things here, the one that took me by surprise for some reason, and it's weird because I'm not even a Harry Potter fan, and I mean surprise, like it just hit me in the face, was the Harry Potter section. Is it Ministry of Magic? Yeah.
Yep.
I wasn't expecting, because everything is so tall, like up high, you look like an ant almost. So I wasn't expecting that. I went into it just, blindly, just whoa. That really took me by surprise, like walking through the portal and all that. Visually stunning. How to Train Your Dragon, by far. I mean, again, you're going into these worlds and you're just getting hit in the face with what you're seeing, and it was so colorful. And what makes it so great, which each and every single portal, is the music that is so loud, that even like when there's a bunch of people, a big crowd there, you'll still be able to hear it because of how loud it is. And it's like you're going through the tunnel, so it only makes it more grand with the music. And so that's my favorite part, is just going through the portals, in and out of the portals. And one thing I wasn't expecting for Super Nintendo World were the escalators, because, we went to the one in California where you just walk and you're in there. This is different from each and every single portal there, is because you're going through the escalators, you're going up. So yeah, but we did go into the elevators, and as I mentioned, they're themed also. Again, everything at this park is themed. And one thing that I did point out in our video that we'd done, Jay and I, almost every bench, even like those with like chairs and a table, has an umbrella above it, which is perfect. They thought of everything. This summer, if you're hot, if you're dying of heat and you want to sit down, to cool off, don't worry. You'll most likely have an umbrella above you.
Yeah.
And another thing is that the water, the fountain that you drink out of, that you're walking around the park, you see a fountain, you take a sip of water. It's not Gator water. It's not tap. It's filtered. It tasted amazing. You guys know here at Park Hoppin how I feel about the Gator water here in Florida. Every time I'm at Disney and I'm hot, I need to drink some water. I'm like, gosh, like the aftertaste is horrible. But they thought of everything here at Epic, and you will not be disappointed.
And Chris is right on the theming. I mean, just this is the bench in Dark Universe. So it's like they just didn't stick a chair there. They just didn't stick a bench there. They just wanted to make sure that everything was themed. So even like Chris is correct. Even the bat.
These are the little details that Disney used to be masters of, and they've completely lost it.
So we were heading towards Super Nintendo World with Ryan. He had to go to the bathroom, and we were by the pool, and the person with us was like, "You can use this bathroom," and I was like, "Ryan, wait, can you hold it till you get to Super Nintendo World so you can go do the themed bath?" He goes, "I'll hold it." So he's like, "Thank you." So he could go to like the underwater area of Nintendo.
That's dedication.
The bathroom at Super Nintendo World is the underwater level, and you do hear the music and you do see it. I told Jeremy when we were there, I was like, "Guys, I gotta go to the bathroom. Anyone else?" And they're like, "No." So I went by myself, and I'm like, "Wait, why am I going by myself? It's a themed bathroom." And so I told Jeremy, I was like, "You gotta go into the bathroom. You gotta see what's in there. As a Nintendo fan, come on." And he was just, you could say it. You were taken by surprise.
It was awesome. It was awesome. You showed me a clip yesterday, Krista, of I guess the fountains in the middle, and they were playing Super Mario Galaxy music.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
That's Jeremy's favorite game.
That's my favorite music right there. I love it so much. So,
well, it was neat because when we were there with Krista, we were just standing. We went back to Super Nintendo World, and Krista was just standing there, and Peach just comes out of nowhere. Right,
I ran up to her,
and she ran right up to her.
No one wanted to meet. Everyone was like, "Does anyone want to meet Peach?" I'm like, "Me." So, yeah.
No, but legit there. So, Jay. Me and Jay were standing there. Chris was going upstairs at this is Super Nintendo World. We're on the bottom level. Chris is like, because we were letting Krista kind of like, "Hey, where do you want to go? You tell us where you want to go." So she's walking upstairs, and all of a sudden, Jay is like, Mario comes walking out with Luigi. And Jay's like, "Hey, man, look, it's Mario." And I was like, "Oh, man." You hear a few kids going, hey, Mario. This one guy. I don't know how old this person was.
Guy, not kid.
Yeah.
He looked like he was maybe 24, 25.
He started screaming louder than I've ever heard a grown man scream, and in a lot higher pitched voice than a grown man should be.
Mario!
He was screaming and Jay just stood there like in disgust and shock, almost like, what is happening? It was, and he goes, "Guys, it's Mario!" And you were just like, I'm like embarrassed.
It was right next to me. I was like,
it was
what?
Crazy, dude.
Whoa.
Well, that's what these parks do. It turns you into a kid. I mean, hey.
There's Ryan in the chat, says typical Nintendo.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, it was crazy. I was like,
I'm sure you're going to be buying on launch day.
Because 99 times out of 100, we would have had our phones out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but we didn't have we couldn't get our phones out and record. So I'm like, it's too painful to witness this without making fun of it. So we have to leave. So it was.
That was weird.
It was wild. It was
the weirdest thing that happened at the entire time. I was standing with Jeremy, and Krista went to get a picture, and a freaking sausage falls from the sky and lands at us. Like it was like half-eaten hot dog.
Are we sure it was a sausage?
No. Let's talk about this for a minute. This was very strange. This is at near the front of the park. Krista did all of her shopping at the main store. Me, Jay, and RJ are standing there, just hanging out, waiting. Okay. And we're just kind of chilling, waiting on Krista.
Outside,
Krista's going to get the picture at the front entrance at the front portal. And we're just standing there, and all of a sudden, a half-eaten sausage comes flying out of nowhere and lands at our feet and starts rolling around, and it stops. And we're like,
I know. Like, where the freak did that come from?
where did that come from? Okay. And I'm just like looking around for like, there's got to be like some kids that are like effing with us right now. And next thing you know, we're kind of like, okay, I don't know where it came from. This is weird. A Universal employee
Just
comes,
books it
walks
over
up,
to us.
walks up, and he looks and he like leans down, and we're like, what happened? He goes, I'm looking into it. And we're like, what? And then he walks back across and goes and tells the janitor guy, and they're having an intense conversation about it. And then Krista finally gets done with the picture. She comes walking back up, and she goes, "Ooh, Jay, is that poop?"
I was like, ew,
like it fell out of the sky. We don't know where it came from. And then the employees were discussing it over there, and I'm like, "What is happening right now?" And then it didn't come back.
They were just looking at us from afar, and I'm like, "That ain't us. We ain't do this."
That's Disney's doing. Disney's plotting.
It was a wild
situation. The only thing I can think is that a bird picked it up.
Yeah,
and
that's what
just dropped it.
That's what it seems like. It just came out of nowhere.
It always happens at our party for some reason. I don't know why.
Krista makes a random tweet about it, and like 99% of the people were like, "What is she high? What is wrong with her?"
Yeah.
Like, what was your tweet, Krista? Your exact.
I can pull it up.
Yeah, Krista's exact tweet with no context. It's like it's really strange. Really strange. Go ahead and pull that one up, Krista.
All right, find it.
Yeah, that was at the end of the day.
And again, these things happen when we don't have our phones on us. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So we couldn't
always.
record anything. I'm like, man, because here's the thing. Like I was able to take my phone out and check Twitter or something like that, but they were adamant because we were at How to Train Your Dragon. They came into the line and took someone out of the line because they were recording.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I have it shared, Jay.
There you go, Jay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
In the private chat.
Or in the I'm ready.
All right, here we go.
So I tweeted out, a big sausage fell from the sky.
What the heck, RJ? Why'd you put that?
Oh, no.
A big sausage fell from the sky. I think it was a sausage. It looked like a big poo-poo. Anyway, Jay laughed. And then I said, was it yours at Dan Bask?
Oh, God.
Man, that was but I know we have a ton of super chats, and I'll get to them. And I know if anyone on the panel has to leave, it's okay. I'll try to answer the questions because we usually just go an hour. But before anybody leaves that went, Jeremy or Chris, like, you want to give your overall?
I'll give an overall because I got to bounce. So, but yes, Epic Universe lived up to all the hype. All of the lands have their own unique kind of offering for each person. I am curious, once the park is fully opened, I do wonder if there needs to be more attractions because there's very limited attractions. There's really no real thrill ride at Super Nintendo World, which I don't think there necessarily needs to be. I think the Donkey Kong ride will be sufficient enough. Monsters,
I think it'll be enough until they expand.
Yes, that's true.
It's new.
Yeah.
So.
I think Dark Universe is going to be incredibly packed at all times, and it's going to be very difficult to get through that land. I think How to Train Your Dragon will be kind of the place to be for many different reasons. Obviously, the theming and it offers a lot of different things, but it has the most space, so it's going to be a very kind of a place you can feel you can breathe a little bit. And then the Harry Potter world is going to be packed because it's Harry Potter. So yeah, I mean,
that was the busiest one when we went. Yeah,
they definitely need more attractions, but that will come over time. But in terms of just the opening of the theme park and the experiences and the immersion and the theming, I'm blown away by all of it. So I'm looking forward to it. Krista?
No, everything you just said, agreed. I don't think people are ready for this park in the best way, and they're definitely going to be blown away. I think that if they're going to vacation anywhere and want to go to a theme park, definitely choose Epic Universe because it's new, it's great, and you will not be disappointed. As of all the things I just mentioned, everything is to the guests convenient, right? Like the water, the benches, just everything. They're gonna love it, and kids are gonna love it. Finally at Universal, you get Super Nintendo World, How to Train Your Dragon, perfect for the family. Honestly, you're gonna make a lot of great memories there.
You gotta think too, like this is the first new park to open in Central Florida in over 25 years. And think about it, Islands of Adventure, that's had 25 years of expansions and overhauls and additions and so forth. So this park opening up here, it's going to offer a plethora of attractions, but it's going to take some time in order to build up its roster. Apparently, they're already doing it, right? There's rumors of Zelda coming. I think there's a newspaper that's produced in Dark Universe that claims to maybe suggest that Creature from the Black Lagoon, that boat ride is coming there. So it'll come. It's just going to take a little while.
Yep.
So I know you got to bounce, Jeremy.
Yep.
But I want to show. So thanks for.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to be on. Hail Park Hoppin. And Epic Universe is awesome. I can't wait to go back. So thanks, guys. Have a good stream.
Thanks so much, Jeremy.
Before I get into super chats, I want to show this because this is the only thing that concerns me. This is the parking lot of Epic Universe on Saturday. This is with the team member preview and family and the media. And as you can see, it's full.
Yeah.
It is full.
Wow.
So I wonder if I don't know. So it's like I mean, there's a couple spots.
I mean, are there going to be people, do you think, Jay, that are just going to Uber and take buses that are staying at the resorts? Like that's a possibility.
I would suggest that. And Krista made a great point in our video before that it is if you park here, see where my cursor is at. If you park here, it is a long walk to get to the opening. And we found out Sunday with Ryan that that Uber drops you off the closest. So Uber's going to drop you off. They are going to do a valet. They were testing it while we were there, and the bus systems take you like right up to the front. If you have an electric car, Tesla, EV, whatever, they have tons of electric stuff, which is kind of up at the front. These pavilions here that are solar panel, this is going to be the premier parking, so you can park in the shade. They're also building those here, so that will be opened up as well. So that's what they were saying. But I was like, my gosh, man, you guys had the park full on Saturday. So we were told it was like, it was very full on Saturday. I wonder,
so you know how like sometimes we'll park at like the hotel at Disney and just go in through there. Do you think like maybe they're going to have that as an option if you want to like spend VIP parking at the Grand Helios and just going through the hotel? I don't know.
I think so.
There's
going to be little things here and there. Go ahead, RJ.
I know that at the Stella Nova, if I'm correct, there's a walkway that gets you from Stella Nova to Epic, and there's a sign that's outside that says day parking and then night parking.
Oh, okay.
And you pay for the day parking, you pay for the night parking. So
it's up there.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
I do wonder if Universal's kind of thinking, look, we have 2 parking garages that have a capacity of like 19,000 or something. I thought I heard somewhere that the parking lot for Epic was maybe 13,000 or so. I'm not quite sure on that figure, but you got to think that this park has a capacity of 30,000. So, I mean, maybe they're thinking a lot of people are going to come alternate.
Yeah, it's called the Stella Nova, named after Krista. She's got her own suite there. It's at the top.
Yeah, I'm in the suite.
Invite only. Sorry. Invite. Well, we've gone over the hour. I'm going to read the super chats and answer any questions. Don't feel like anybody, I know Krista, you're busy, and everybody, if you don't want to stay, if you want to stay, that's fine. Anybody else got to bounce? Like, just everybody's good? Because this might take a minute because there's a lot.
But
Man, we appreciate all the love. We had over 400 plus people watching.
Wow.
You're gonna be seeing a lot more. We're trying to get Krista back to Epic ASAP because there's a lot of little things that I know she wanted to film that she's got like this perfect eye for this kind of stuff that I miss because I'm big and bumbly. So, you know, we're trying to get her back as soon as possible so you guys get more information and more of the little details and things like that in the park. So, and I just want to go back and get some ice cream.
I was also showing Krista all those things that I found so that she could see, like the pigmen and Harry Potter's locker, things like that.
The little things that you could spot. Mm-hmm.
That's great.
It's gonna be freaking great. All right, here we go. Let's see. You know, while we're reading that, do you have the flyover, Ivan? I could just put that up.
Yeah,
So
I'll get
we're
that
just
for
not
you.
staring into the abyss.
Ooh, Jay, when you were there on Sunday, did you see a drone go over or a helicopter?
We did see a helicopter, but
okay,
not
they do
drone.
a daily. Okay, they do the daily like flyover, and it was funny because when Jay and I were both there on the Friday, we were waving.
We were waving,
so that we can maybe go and find ourselves if we ever do. I don't know what kind of upload it'd be on, but yeah.
It will be. It's this guy right here. If you want to know, I
send it. Yeah,
the guy with us knew this guy and all his information.
Okay,
he flies. I don't know how he has permission. But he flies over with a helicopter. I don't know why he's got Avatar there, but he gets all the pictures.
Yeah.
Like there's Epcot at night. He's got all the pictures. Right? He took pictures when me and Krista and Jeremy were there, and we were like, I was going through them, but like I need like a mega zoom. So yeah, so he's got all the pictures. He flies over like every day and takes pictures. So that's the Twitter account. That's all he posts.
Okay.
It's like flyover pictures of like all the different theme parks. That's just what he does. I think he runs like one of those helicopter companies.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like, hey, take a ride in a helicopter for $55, and he's just riding people over while there's a camera that just takes shots of everything.
So like, you know how Disney has like a no-fly zone? Do you think that Epic will install that once it opens? Because 100%. I'm surprised that
I don't think so because they have drones.
Oh yeah,
that's one of the things
that's right. They can't do that. They can't fly the drones.
Yeah, I mean, Disney has kind of
that's a great point.
Limited themselves in terms of that because they have a no-fly zone over Magic Kingdom and Disneyland, but they can't do drones because of that. So,
let's see. Keenan says, Krista, Jay, and Jeremy, thank you for the Epic Universe information. You're welcome, Keenan. Thank you.
Okay.
Wait. Did you post that? Because again, thank you.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me pull this up real quick. This was a great idea. I don't know whose idea this was. Like when people were reading a lot of super chats to have like something in the background. I think it's great. Because some of us will, like me, like on Tuesday night's main event, I just stare off into the abyss while they're reading. So here's a beautiful drone flight while we go through this. Doug B with 100. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And Jeanette becomes a member of the channel. Thank you so much for that as well. Sorry, RJ, you kind of get cut off there. Eric for 777. They had a vinyl record of all the land soundtracks. It's sold out.
Whoa.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I hope they have models of all the ride vehicles. They have Werewolf Ride now. Wow.
All right.
That's pretty awesome.
Cool. There was an article that talked with the producer of the music for Dark Universe. He was talking about how he got a call from Universal, and they're like, "Oh, we need you to make music for our new theme park." And he's like, "Whoa!" And then he's like, he does it, and he's talking about how he has this. He bought the album, and he's just like, "This is great for him," and stuff like that. The article is really cool read.
Mountain Mud for 5 says Chris has a new mailing address, Epic Universe, Nintendo Portal.
That's true.
100%.
There.
Nagranol for 10, the Mario Portal going right into Peach's Castle with the music looks amazing. Like being put right into Mario 64.
Yep.
They must really be something. Can't wait to see it for myself. Yeah, it's worth the trip. I'm telling you. Hey, Jay, great video this morning with Ryan. Carl for $2. Oh, you're welcome. It was the best we could do because I didn't know we were able to record till we got in the car. So I did it all on my cell phone. kind of like unplanned, but I appreciate that you enjoyed it. Cosmic Thunder, I'm afraid lines will be awful because there aren't that many ride areas compared to other parks. That is what we'll find out.
Yep.
We will have coverage on opening day, just so you know.
Yeah.
Some people from opening
We'll be live.
Day, yeah, we'll be at Epic, and some didn't get tickets for opening day. We'll be somewhere else to see how that park is doing. So make sure you're subscribed if you're new here watching. Appreciate it. And yeah, we'll let you know if the parks. Life of Marshmallow gifted 5 members to the channel. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Tony for 2. I'm going to Epic Universe 2 days in a row. Yes.
Oh,
hey, man, good for you.
Enjoy.
I'd say, Krista, what do you think? I think it's a 2-day park. I think you need 2 days to really do this.
To take it all in. I even say even 3. Like
you're right.
3
like, might be it. Yeah.
Yeah. To really just take it all in and get to do what you want to do, eat where you want to eat, because you can't do everything in one day. Oh no, you just cannot.
If you got there at Rope Trop with a fast pass, maybe you can do almost all the rides, but you wouldn't be able to eat. You wouldn't be able to experience the restaurants. Definitely probably wouldn't be able to watch a show. You
need at least 2-3 days.
Yeah, and that's a maybe. So, but Chris is right. And we haven't even been to like the really nice restaurants or the other places, the pizza and beer place that they have. That's an amazing name. Yeah. It's like pizza and beer.
Yeah.
I can't don't know if this will happen, but would love to see them build a Zelda castle at the scale of the one at the Disney castles.
Hoping. Fingers crossed.
It would be amazing. Yeah.
I mean, I have heard that the plans for Zelda get more ambitious as they go on.
Yep.
It will most likely probably be at Epic by the way that they have everything that's over there and like the different stuff that they have hinting for like Zelda. I think is most likely going to be over there.
What was funny is we were with a higher up who took me and Ryan around in the company, and we were sitting in the Ministry of Magic, and we were sitting on a bench while they were picking something up at one of the stores for his family members. And this girl was starting to talk to me and Ryan, like, "Oh, you having a good time?" And she goes, "Yes, I'm a manager for guest services, so I like to ask these questions." It's this guy comes out and we're like, "Well, we're with him." She's like, "Oh my gosh, sir, how are you doing today?" It was like funny.
What?
I don't know why. It's just like I started laughing, and I was like, "I hope I didn't embarrass you, man."
Like a Uno.
Yeah, because like they work in the same office building. And I guess somebody else is somebody else's boss.
Yeah,
so
there was a lot of interesting that happened at the park,
Yeah.
even with me at the Super Nintendo World store.
Sorry. Obviously, they're going to have Halloween Horror Nights at Dark Universe. Yeah, you want to know something? I don't think so. I don't think it's big enough.
No, it's not. We're looking at it right now. It's just
yeah, I don't think
it's already
big
its own theme. And the ride, like RJ said it, like it's kind of like a mixture between Halloween Horror Nights and like, you know, the Harry Potter ride, if you will.
Because when they do Horror Nights, they shut down an entire park and build the haunted houses.
Yeah. You know? So the thing that they need for the haunted houses for Halloween Horror Nights, they don't have an Epic Universe. So they need like the studio areas. So because of the fact that they don't have them here, then that means that like Universal Studios is going to be where Halloween Horror Nights is going to basically just stay. So it's not going to go to Epic at all.
I will say one thing: Jeremy almost jumped in the pool.
The water.
Yeah, Samuel for 10. They're gonna come right in your face, Jay. The monsters will, yes. And Macaque, thank you for being so generous with 50 memberships to the channel. Holy crap!
Thank you.
Doug B says, "Get your Meta PC for all your PCs. Use code Drunk3PO." That's right.
He's wearing the hat. Yeah.
Don't use 199. Use Drunk3PO. Nagranal says the animatronics for How to Train Your Dragon look absolutely amazing.
Yes.
The photo and videos that anybody takes, including myself, will not do it justice. The
better in person.
Yes, the toothless interaction. I don't care how many videos you see, will not do it justice. Whatever. It not even close. Theme Park Casual, what's up, brother? Member for 56 months. Holy crap.
Whoa.
Dying to go to
Gotcha.
Epic Universe. Looks amazing. You're probably one of our first members. Holy crap, man. Thank
Let's
you.
go, theme park casual, you and me.
Casual's amazing. He's a
Yeah.
great guy.
Granny Betty for 5. What are you doing here? Isn't it bedtime? I'm so glad y'all had a fantastic time at the new park. I can't talk like her, but I tried. What are the odds of me getting kicked out for teaching the dragons how to twerk?
Probably
Oh,
a high
no.
chance.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'll report you before you even get there.
Thanks,
Spirit,
Granny.
thank you for the gifted. Yeah, thanks, Betty. The handwiches are back, baby. Disney could never. You talking about like the snacks that we were talking about? What kind of money is that?
They used to have a
20,000.
sandwich.
One thing I didn't do at Dark Universe, I'm gonna try to do it the next time I'm there, is go into the gift shop. Were you able to do that, Jay? Was there a separate gift shop, like not the
Yes,
one
you
in
know-
the, not the one in the
no.
ride?
The only one was that we went to was the one when you came out of the ride.
Okay, so I have been
Yeah.
to it because
Yeah.
there were some people posting that apparently I don't know.
There's a second one.
Yeah, we did
Oh,
not
there
go
is
to
a
the second one.
Oh,
Correct.
okay, yeah. So,
So, but the
apparently, oh, go ahead, RJ.
Sorry, I was gonna say the second one's connected to the face, the makeup, the makeup
Okay.
thing. It's
Mhm.
connected to that. So when you're in the makeup place and you put the makeup on, you go into the gift shop and you could get like Dracula's clothes and stuff like that to buy to basically dress up.
That
So
makes
there's
sense
a second,
because, yeah, that makes sense because there were some people posting that apparently you could get jewelry now, like for the women, like Dark Universe jewelry, which is something I'd like to check out.
Yeah, we got to get Krista back there. Very important question. Hanging with Erica and Raph, did I say that correctly? How accommodating
Yes.
are the lands for people in wheelchairs, EV, and strollers, particularly Nintendo Land? I think they are very, even though it'll be a tight space, I think they thought of that for this entire park because there's elevators everywhere.
Yes. Mhm.
And even Krista mentioned it earlier, the Yoshi ride does they have a special cart for people that are in wheelchairs and things like that.
Mhm.
So I probably, again, we need to go back like 10 times. And that is an excellent thing to go to each land and see how accommodating they are for people in wheelchairs and things like that. So it was just so much to take in on the first day.
Yeah.
For all of that. So I think they are very accommodating, probably because the older parks didn't really think about it as much, but everywhere that there's 2 stories, there's elevators and they're nice and big. So
As Krista mentioned, there is that wheelchair accessible Yoshi vehicle. So it does seem like they're taking that into account, which is great. It's one of the reasons why we don't get multi-tiered theme park lands anymore, is because it does take a lot to install elevators and to make it accessible to everybody. But I think they really did consider that with this. Erica's a regular on T3PO Live, so great to see her, and she's always looking out for others.
Oh, that's awesome. Doug V for 10, something that can happen only to G&G, the flying sausage. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Jay would squeal or moo if he saw the Moo Meadows cow. I would. And if they brought that in as a meet and greet, I'm there. Rope drop day one.
Jay wants the special milkshake, cow meadow milkshake. Yeah.
Yeah, put it on a shirt, man. I got money to spend. I'll take it. And last but not least, Jose says Universal Military Season Pass gets you 1 free pass. Now that's something that I should probably have Ryan look into, since he is a veteran, to see, because I don't know how that works. That's actually some good information we need to get. So thank you for that, Jose, for the $2. And we are caught up. Woo! Thank you guys so much for being here. Let's just go down the list. Ivan, what you got going on?
Well, just getting excited and pumped for Epic Universe. I'll be there day one, Krista and I, for the coverage.
Yep.
And just you can follow me on Instagram, Valiant Studios, and I'll keep up with the updates too there for Epic.
Nice.
Let me find that. Oh, today's supers will fund a raccoon onesie for Jay to wear when he visits the park. They have a lot of one. You know what? If there was one onesie someone would get for me, it would be that creature.
The Toothless? They do have
the
creature from the Black
oh my
god, the
God,
Black
no,
you can get the head and the hands. And
oh, that's actually That's actually pretty cool.
And the shoes, but no, don't get any ideas. I already got I'm working on a whole Donkey Kong thing here. Krista got me the hat.
Yeah.
So I got that. I got the cup. I also got the Donkey Kong Mario or
Oh, you got
Nintendo
the
World.
Donkey Kong one?
I got one. Yeah.
Power
Nice.
So
DK.
I am. Chris is going to help me set it up on the app, and we'll do a whole video on that too,
Yeah.
on how to set that up on the app and how to use it when we get there. So that's probably an important because I don't know what I'm doing.
For sure.
Oh,
I don't know what
I'll show you. I'll show you like what to do if I go with you, because there's a separate QR code that they have at when you buy the watch.
Perfect.
The band.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I'm getting it all together. So eventually it'll happen, probably in the heat of summer. So I'll be all sweaty. But Vash, what you got going on, brother? All right.
Sorry about that. I do apologize. Okay, I think I'm back now. I was just doing a little bit of math on that parking lot right there. I'm getting like 3,000 or something, which is not great. We're a park that's supposed to have a capacity of 30,000. Sorry, I'm a crazy madman like that. But you can find me on 23PL Live, where we talk about all kinds of stuff in greater granularity and depth. Definitely talking about Epic Universe here. Hopefully Jay can join us, but if not, we have a plethora of different video to go through and different experiences to go through. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. That CNN article is great stuff. So we're going to be going through all of that and more on 23PL Live, which is tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. And catch us on That Park Place there at 11 a.m. Easterns on Tuesdays and Thursdays right there, talking about all kinds of theme park stories. Definitely going to be going over Epic Universe as well. Join us for that.
Fantastic. Krista.
Hey, yeah, I'm excited for Epic to open. Like Ivan said, we're going to be there on day one covering everything in a live stream and videos and whatnot. But check us out tomorrow for Tuesday night's main event. I'm invited back on because there's a lot happening with Nintendo right now. I'm sure if you follow us or have seen what's happening right now with the Switch 2, you'll know. But yeah, so check us out tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, Tuesday night's main event.
Awesome. RJ, how about you, man?
I'm going back to Epic a couple more times and going to check out to see if there's any more stuff going on. Hopefully I get to ride Harry Potter before when it opens during this time, but I don't know exactly what day that would be. But I know that they said that hopefully we get to try it before they start having, annual pass people come in and stuff like that. So hopefully I get to try it before then, but that's me hoping and going so many times so I can see if they do let us in. Besides that, you can find me on Twitter, Sensei Pause, and Instagram too.
Nice.
And that's it. And I got another live stream in about an hour on the Drunk 3PO channel. We're going to be reviewing Tombstone.
Yeah.
Going through a tier list of Val Kilmer. God rest his soul.
Stuff.
So that is it from us at Park Hoppin'. Thank you guys for a record stream, and we will catch you next time. I'm just hitting the button.